now to Shokugeki no Souma, the
But
fourth
Figure
play.
in Order. Just kidding. Recap. Go ahead.
So this is the fourth play because today they also just announced they announced the fifth play, but like honestly, it's like the second part of this season. So like,
Yeah. Okay, so you think it's going to be continuing? So you don't think this season's going to be wrapped up at the... Dude, no. But the end of the episode said new top 10.
Yeah, so I'm saying like, so I think the fifth play, that's gonna be the final season of Shokugeki.
Dude, it's got to be.
That's gonna be like, that's gonna adapt all the way to the end of the manga.
Yeah.
But what could
Which is
possibly be
awesome.
left after this?
What's up?
What could possibly be left after this?
I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know, dude. I'm tired of her dad, though.
That's a weird thing. I think it was probably like had a rush ending or something. Like it probably was losing its popularity and showing Jump, and then they just had to cut it.
Dude, oh god, I'm so tired of her
Maybe
fucking
Strand's
dad.
complaining was the reason why they had to cut it.
Jeez, Strand.
Wait, what was complaining? What happened?
No, I'm just saying, like, usually like when shows or mangas like end abruptly, that's usually like you have like, a couple chapters to end it, and it's just cut suddenly.
Oh yeah, right.
I was just joking that like, oh, it's because people like Strand, they're complaining about this arc that it gets cut early.
No,
honestly, dude, that's not even my complaint. It's just how they changed the story, like where they just threw her dad into the judges, and then of course this fucking episode where he's like, oh, it just looks terrible, I'm not gonna eat it. It's like, bitch, your fucking job is to eat that shit. Oh my god, dude! Like immediately when that shit was happening, I was like, dude, fuck this show, or this arc, I should say.
Are you saying like he has a conflict of interest and he's corrupt and he should not be in a point of be a point of authority for these kind of things?
Yeah, it's like almost it's almost like we didn't anticipate that his quirk was gonna come into place or come into play. I mean,
his gift. You have the wrong anime.
My bad. But his gift, like immediately when they were explaining the gift from before, we're like, oh, like his gift is just like, blowing up people's clothing. I'm thinking, well, that's going to come into play probably like the final one because he can't admit people's dishes.
Exactly.
And what the hell happened? And
it was never meant to be something that's complex. They laid it basically out for you, so you can kind of tell how it's going to end. So I didn't mind as much because we're not really here for the story. Really, we're here for the food and foodgasms. Really.
Okay, so dude, I thought it was just dumb, just how they just shoehorn in like the peanut butter squid. Like it was such a running gag the whole time. Like I guess, yeah. I don't know. It's just in this situation, it just felt like it shouldn't have been there. Like,
hey, bro, don't knock something until you try it.
I kind of get it because, like, like where they made it sound like where Souma was talking to Erina and made it seem like it's a Shokugeki between them. So it definitely seems like a thing for her to take one of his own dishes and basically throw it back in his face. Is like, this is how you make this shit good.
Yeah. Stupid.
I guess. Untalented. That's
how I saw that.
I just personally wasn't feeling it. Like
that was.
I want like a legit like specialty, and it just felt like there's.
Dude, I thought that was the best part of the show, though, or the episode. I'm sorry, the best part of the episode, because like, I don't know, it basically just showed like, she just still is better than Souma. But it's just at the same time, I just want this to move on because I hate like when they threw her or threw him in the arc or her dad. I just thought like this is going to be just awful now because like before you actually had like the legitimate food battles. You really didn't know how it was going to end, and it was more kind of like about the food than just some guy having some stupid beliefs about how it's just like he's calling cooks or sorry like no cooks, yeah, he's calling like chefs, I'm sorry, he's calling chefs trash when like legit his philosophy is just like, oh, just follow instructions and you'll be fine. Like what kind of fucking chef is gonna mess up instructions?
So there's plenty of people that can do that, sir.
So
Trust me.
I mean, so that's basically like it's like the battle of ideals. Basically, it's like is the rebels, they want like a free form sort of cooking where it's like it's creativity, but the problem is that like it creates a hierarchy. Like like people, there's just people who are just born of talent that they're always bury you no matter what, and if you're not as talented, you get screwed over. Whereas like his idea, like Central, basically you take all the top chefs and like like let's say like like in school if you're bad at like, reading or math, like you will just get like tutor. You would go through this system where it's already made by like the top people, and they make it so it's easier to teach, so that like you'll just learn how to be top tier like them,
Right.
and like
So
not be like judged, just not just get failed, because the current system, like if you're a bad cook, you fail out of the school, whereas
right.
like his system is like even if you're bad, you'll just get taught by the top chef, so you eventually increase your skills, so that way like you'll be like legitimate in like his eyes. But then like that's the problem, where it's like that's the problem like in a creativity, in something that's creative like cooking, like you can't really have like quality is subjective, so you can't really have people
Yeah,
deciding what is good and what's not.
I mean, are you really increasing your skills when you're just following instructions?
No, you're
Because
really not. You're really not.
because remember like the school of Totsuki, like so many people, like we had issues, so many of the cast like almost got kicked out because they were failing like like failing like the not exams, but like they couldn't like keep up with the quality, like Megumin kept like getting kicked out so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Dude,
technically
good.
but so technically like in his system, she would just like study what Tsukasa or Rindo would make, and just like just since they're like the top tier chefs, you would have them study under those two, and then when you go out to cook for other people, like you would automatically be like almost as good as them because you'd study under them.
No, you wouldn't be almost as good at them. You would be as good at them because it
Yeah.
was basically just one standard.
Yeah.
But
No.
with that being said, though, I can kind of, I know certain probably doesn't want to hear this, but I can kind of feel where this guy's coming from, like as a villain. Basically, everything stemmed to the point to where Shoma's dad was kind of beaten down,
Like working himself to death, basically,
Right.
just like coming up with stuff.
right? Like he had so much respect for the guy, and to see his mentor go through that route and through that pain, he just couldn't deal with it, and he didn't want anyone else to go through that. That's why instead of having everyone try to come up with their own way of climbing up the rank and ladder system, he wanted to just have a system where everyone can equally succeed if they just follow instructions, which I can kind of see where he's coming from, but that doesn't
That
leave
just never
room
works
for-
in real life.
right. That's just how it works. I mean, it can work, but it doesn't allow for like ingenuity or anything to progress. Like everything will just be the same, stale, and we wouldn't make any advancements in the cooking scene. So
It's like cable companies, dude. Nobody wants to do a fucking thing.
right, just
Yeah.
that monopoly,
It's
right?
just the
Where are you
thing,
gonna
man.
go?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's like Japanese corporate culture right there. It's like that's why like Japan did so well in the 80s, because like they had high quality and they had standard, and like they were better than everyone else at some point. But then like people got more creative with the technology, and then the creative companies took over, and now these Japanese companies can't compete because like they're following the standards, but the standards aren't good enough anymore.
Well, not
Yeah,
really. They're not good enough anymore, but just the bar has been risen.
The bar has been
so-
raised, yeah.
Right.
But like they can't get better because they don't have a system that allows the creativity. You just
Right.
do what your boss says, or you do like what some guy 30 years ago says.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I can kind of get it, but coming from his point of view, I can kind of see like why he feels so strongly about his standards and his point of view, how it's the correct and only path.
I mean, I guess.
So
I think it's still weak.
It does
I
make
think
you
they should have
kind of
like
sympathize with them.
they should have like shown his argument better. Like they did a bad part in the anime.
Yeah.
Like they made him way too evil in the anime. They could have they should have made him more sympathetic.
Dude, it was almost like JC staff was taking over.
I don't know if
Even
JC staff was
dude,
just
I
like it
swear.
was. I think it's the author or the manga manga author. Like I think he could have done a better job of like making us empathize with the dad more.
Dude, maybe the manga did, and then just JC staff is like, don't need it, cut it.
Or maybe.
After the Damachi season 2, dude, I wouldn't be surprised.
You're just a hater.
Dude, if we have an episode with our top 10 or top 5 favorites and top 5 disappointments, we'll talk then.
I mean, but they didn't do too bad. Like I felt as if they did an okay job, given that there is, which I thought was the last season with the time frame that they were given.
Same.
I thought it was fine, because at the end of the episode, I did kind of get where he was coming from. I can see why, he did what he did as a villain to just try to make sure everyone gets along or gets there.
But you thought it was a strong enough argument?
Yeah, I can see where he's coming from.
Okay.
Right? Like, say if it was like my wife that went through that, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't want her to go through that same path again. Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone else to go through that. I want anyone that would like
But
to cook and have.
But in a way, it's like it's their choice to do that, though.
Right.
You know? It's
But
like
that's the
nobody's
thing.
forcing him to just like kill himself to find out like a different different recipes or anything.
Right, but as an overbearing person, like this guy just really emotionally attached to things, and I guess
Yeah.
with that thing happening to his mentor, he just couldn't deal with having anyone else go through that as well.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. I can see that.
Or actually, here's another analogy strand. Like let's say like video games, like because people like work themselves to death to make these games, and like we get like a bunch of like standout ones out of like the thousands that
Yeah.
are released like so many times. Like so, let's say like instead of making everyone kill themselves, try and like make creative ideas. Let's say like you
To
take
make
like
a mobile game.
let's take like God of War. Like everyone just follow it gets instructed by the God of War developers or like the Red Dead developers, and like you just make a game just like you make a game of you get so now like when they make games like you get quality such as God of War or Red Dead. So then like you don't have these people always like trying to like make different stuff and then sometimes failing. You just get quality every time.
Yeah. Okay.
But then the problem with that is that like you'll never get anything new. Like you never get like
Call of Duty 47.
Oh God, can't wait.
Yes.
No,
never,
I get it.
yeah.
I get
or
it.
it's like Battle Royale will never happen without like some random game coming out that everyone just got hooked on, or no like nothing. We get no MOBAs because like no one will make a mod for Warcraft 3, and then eventually it keeps iterating, like.
Yeah, I get it, but I still think this is like my least favorite arc. Like I just.
Oh yeah, I mean that I can agree with. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I did. I mean, the part that I enjoyed so much about the show is because like they had it about the cooking, and it was basically just the Shokugeki. It was like the 1v1 with like nothing like behind it, like nothing to actually like kind of like rig it in a sense.
Yeah.
It was nice, and then just this guy is just I can't wait for this to just pass over, and then just have this guy fucking go away.
I wish the way this series would work. I wish it would have been like the final episode should have just been like a showcase between like Souma and Irina. That should have been like that would have been epic. Like seeing
but that wasn't
there's another season. There's another season, dude.
We'll
there's a chance. There's a chance.
But it's like I think like it could have been just them like always like hating like just not being friends the whole time until the very end, and then having them do the Shokugeki.
Then they get together and make babies.
I mean, they're basically making food babies now, right?
Just the way you like it, Stren. Like
I mean, Aaron is already taking like Soma's like dishes and making them better.
Yeah, right. So what if this is how Soma's dad met his wife, right? He was just basically making random shit that was disgusting. He fed it to a random girl, and eventually the girl just took it, made it better, and that's how he knew that was the one.
Dude, what happened to Irina's mom? Or
vice versa.
Right.
Like her dad is like so like central to all this, but like no one has said anything about her mom. Like
what?
Maybe she passed away.
What if Irina's mom is Soma's mom?
That'd be fucked up.
Ooh, that's fucked up.
Dude, this is
that's because they have different dads. So
no, that's fucked up, sir.
Oh yeah, fair. Just kidding. But well, never mind. We'll I'm not gonna say anything more. But as my last question though, before like I'm just done with the show until next episode, did anybody else think that the food gasms were lazy? Or not lazy, but not like as like intense as they were before.
I don't think so, because I felt like they were trying to tie in all that's been accumulated so far into this one last scene. Like with the Angels of Arena, that was like the Angels of Souma back in like episode 1.
Oh no, definitely. I'm sorry, definitely the food gasm for her dad. I thought was like intense, but everybody else, like those other two girls of the people the judges, yeah. Like I thought like theirs were like they weren't like even like they're like, oh god, please just move this out. We're so tired of this shit. Like I definitely thought like their food gasms were basically just tired and just done with.
I guess since we've seen it so often, it's just kind of numbing to me. I don't really pay much attention to it anymore. It's just, oh, there it is. Let's move on to the next one.
I think I was just kind of like laughing because it just sounded like it was so lazy, like they were faking it.
I just felt like it's just episode in general was just rushing, so I think that's why like just the pacing was off. So like I guess if there was a better build up, I think like it would have a more lasting effect. But it just like
yeah. Brian, you haven't said anything about the show, man. Your thoughts?
I kind of just want it to end at this point. Not gonna lie.
Jeez. Okay.
Well,
It's
one more
just-
season, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's lost its touch that it had like the first 2 seasons. It's like I
The-
was just looking forward to 1v1s and good ass food. Now it's like fucking
So you-
politics. I'm like, all right.
So you hate the villain too, then?
He's just useless, man. Honestly.
Same. Yeah, but well, they announced the 5th season, so I'm really hoping that they just avoid this stupid, political bullshit. In this
well, okay, like
goes
it was
away.
always meant to have 26 episodes, so they basically just announced like,
Oh.
hey, we're splitting it,
Oh, okay.
into like
Gotcha.
fall and spring.
Do you guys think that the
That's like
second arc? Okay,
Well,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
that's basically how like a lot of shows are. It's like because these animators are so overworked, like they can't just do like back to back anymore. They have to take the break just so they can like finish up like the second part.
Yeah, or
JC
work on
staff
Danmachi.
overwork. Good one.
Dude, they need to work on
Just a
Danmachi
hater,
season
man.
3, bro. Jeez, relax.
Oh god, I don't even want to see Danmachi season 3. It's gonna be so painful.
All right, I'll let you know how it goes
so-
then.
So
And
season 5.
They'll show us more of that sniper chick that we all know and love.
Hell yeah. So season 5, do you guys think it's gonna be a continuation of this arc, or do you think it's gonna be like its own?
No,
Final arc.
it's gotta be its own thing. We've gotta be
Okay,
done.
God.
If they continue with this arc, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Same.
Like what else is
Yeah.
there after you literally just like because they
Beat
were
her
rushing
dad.
so hard to finish this. That's why they did the team Shokugeki.
Yeah.
Like everything was yeah, you could tell everything was like being done just so they can wrap this up in this season.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really they're still in their first year, right? So maybe it's the
First year
final
still,
semester of their first year, I guess, and then transitioning over to their second year. Maybe that's where it ends.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They rushed so much in the first their first year that they could have easily made this longer. Like they didn't have to rush everything like they did.
Right.
Unless it was like something with Shonen Jump that they're like, you're gonna need to be done by this point.
Right. So,
I don't know. Maybe like it was losing popularity with like the readers, and yeah, the author probably felt like he had to do something to like make it more dramatic.
Too many foodgasms. Nobody cared anymore.
Yeah, that sounds about right for me.
Which is, well, I mean, it's weird because this has a lot of ecchi, and you would assume like anything ecchi and Jump just like would be
It'll be
safe.
fine. Yeah.
No, it's like comparing sex with cake, right? Eventually, when you have cake enough, you kind of get sick of cake and you want something else. So
I don't know, man. Like
I don't know, man. I love
Total
cake.
Over like ran on for Shonen Jump for a long time.
Ice cream cake. Oh,
yeah, you can only have cake for so long before you get bored of it. Say you want cupcakes now or something else, donuts. Maybe you're into donuts now. Who knows? But if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, eventually it's just gonna get boring and die.
I felt like
out.
that's what Total did, and it ran on like forever.
But is it as popular though as before? Probably not.
I have no idea.
And
I've never
was it
watched
was like Nisekoi wasn't ecchi, but like that shit dragged so much when it's just like the same thing over and over too.
Yeah. Never saw it.
I saw
I'm
like the
done.
first couple of episodes, but I didn't really care much for it.
I'm done with the show, man.
I just
Alright.
hope that
I just want this arc to be over.
and Souma gets together, not Eren and Souma, which I know they're
Oh.
trying to like make it happen, but
Poor
Yeah,
Megan.
well,
Yeah.
she
Mega Man rip.
she
it's
deserves
never gonna
better.
happen, Stren.
I know, dude. I know. You don't have to tell me. Fucking Peter was right.
Alright, so that's gonna be it for Shokugeki no Soma. We'll have hopefully one more episode for the season, and then we'll take a break from it.